To this now, another suspected illegal mine worker has resurfaced from a disused shaft in Stilfontein in Northwest. It comes after community members took it upon themselves to rescue what they say are thousands of workers stranded underground, many of them weak from lack of food and water. A body was also recovered, and it comes after the police and the National Defence Force blocked critical supply routes to the illegal miners. The police's Brigadier Athlenta Mate says the miners are not trapped underground but are involved in illegal mining operations. She also says they may be heavily armed, so police won't risk their lives by going underground.
We do have a decomposed body that was brought up this afternoon. As a responsible government, we are not going to be allowing our men and women in blue as well as our soldiers to go down there and combat this particular activity. The mere fact that we have consulted with the mine owner, we have consulted with DMRE, and they are telling us that it is unsafe, it's inhumane to allow people to go down there. We have taken a decision that no police officer, no will go down to an abandoned mine. Firstly, there are hazardous gases that are flowing there. There's a high risk of loss of life. Secondly, according to our intelligence, these illegal miners may be heavily armed. When you look at the stats, since December, we have seized more than 369 high-caliber firearms from these illegal mining operations. We've also seized more than 10,000 rounds of ammunition, high-caliber ammunition from these operations. There is a lot that we've seized, 5 million in cash as well as 32 million worth of uncut diamonds.
Let's stay with this and speak to Makhosonke Buthelezi, who's the spokesperson for the Department of Minerals and Resources. Good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time this evening. Let me just start with just what the department has to say about what's currently taking place in the Northwest.
The first thing that we want to say is that the illegal mining is a criminal activity. That's the first thing. And we really support the SANDF as well as the SAPS in this operation of dealing with it. And we also support them in arresting illegal miners.
And last night here on the show, the Benchmarks Foundation said that the situation in Stilfontein is reflective of the level of confusion and chaos, and I'm quoting, within the Department of Mineral Resources, and the fact that mining companies are doing as they please and the department is allowing it. Your reaction?
I wouldn't really know what do they mean when they say the department is allowing them, the mining companies, to do as they please, because we do have a team of inspectors who always go out to inspect operating mines, checking if they adhere to the terms of their mining rights, and also ensuring that where they have stopped operating, they rehabilitate those shafts.
They say that the process of rehabilitation is one where you are found to be wanting and you are not enforcing the policies as you're supposed to.
No, it is not true. We definitely do go out and enforce our policies and monitor, because we have that as part of our deliverables in our operational plans.
Let's talk about, what also has come up in some of the conversations, and that is the transition from large scale to small and medium scale mining. The policy exists. It clearly states that it aims to foster the creation of a formalized artisanal and small scale mining industry that can operate optimally as well as in a sustainable manner while contributing to the economy in the form of taxes and royalties through job creation, etc., in order to eliminate the illegal operations that we are seeing. So if this policy was there since 2022, why then does the department believe we still are seeing these illegal operations taking place?
Well, illegal operations are taking place because it is an economic crime. You do have kingpins who are actually responsible for this, and they have a huge benefit out of it. So, and that is why we have the artisanal and small-scale mining as an alternative to those who want to be formalized, to those who want to do legally, to those who want to contribute to the South African economy, and to those who really want to grow in the mining sector. So why it is continuing, it's because the criminals are benefiting out of it.
And they seem to be doing a pretty good job to fund their own operations, and possibly now, if we have about 4,500 people underground, we now have a situation where things are at a standstill in the Northwest. It's not the only province where we've had to deal with this issue. So where are the loopholes?
There are no loopholes, really. Like I said, over and above the police that you mentioned, and over and above the legislation that allows for historically disadvantaged individuals who want to get into the industry, we do have financial and non-financial support for artisanal and small-scale mining. So if there are people who are interested in getting involved in decent mining activities and contribute to the economy and not break the law, there is support from government.
But be that as it may, are you not concerned as a department that the Kingpins continue to do what they've been doing? And right now, there possibly is no Kingpin in sight in the Northwest.
We are concerned, and that is why we are working with the police, and that is why we commend them for what they are doing and the strategy that they've taken in terms of fighting illegal mining. We are definitely concerned that they are kingpins, and we hope that they get to a time will come that the police will apprehend the kingpins, so that then we can see, hopefully see the reduction in illegal mining in South Africa.
One would ask, what is the department then doing to ensure that there's enforceability, more of it, when it comes to this particular policy that is out there, it exists, and ensuring that we do not have situations like these and more people are gravitating towards professionalizing the space as you're calling on them to?
So what we are doing, we're going out to educate people about artisanal and small-scale mining, policy, as well as the support that we have. And frankly, it is up to people to take up and take advantage of the benefit that they could get from the department. And what we are also doing as the department for the derelict and ownerless mines, we are trying to close all those holdings as far as we possibly can, so that we discourage and we follow up on the companies, as like I said, who still are operating but have shafts that they are not using anymore, to make sure that they rehabilitate and close those shafts.
How many of these disused shafts would you say the department has closed in the last 5 years?
We have closed 295 disused shafts.
Out of how many?
Those are the ones that are abandoned, that were mined over 100 years. And according to the research that was done by CGS, we had about, I think, 6,100 of those.
So how many are left now?
Well, I would have to do the calculation and take out my calculator and just put them.
They're still in the thousands, though, I suppose.
They are.
So that means it could possibly take a decade or more for these to be closed while we still have this concerning situation unfolding in the country. Is that correct?
It will take a long time. I wouldn't know in terms of the decade or what. It will take time because we have resources constrained. I mean, we have a budget of around 131 million to carry out. And in terms of our plan, we can only do 40, per annum.
So 40 per annum?
Yes. In terms
and there's a question that arises on that, because you then face criticism from organizations like the Benchmarks Foundation, who are saying, why don't you go after those who are mining in some of these disused mines to then help you to bolster these resources and be able to do so at a faster pace?
Does that mean we have to go after the mining companies themselves to assist us
That's what they say. That's what they say, yes, because they were the ones that were mining the land, and they say that they then should be held accountable and should then be brought into this conversation to assist you with these resources to shut these shafts.
Oh no, the mines that we are responsible for, the ones that are disused and ownerless, it's those where you cannot even find or trace the owners. These are the mines that were mined before 2002, when MPRDA, which now requires everyone who mines to rehabilitate. Those are the mines that were mined in the early 1800s. So we cannot trace the owners, you cannot find them anywhere, and that is why the department decided that we will take responsibility for those.
And I suppose in the meantime then, we have to wait as such situations unfold before our eyes and keep dealing with them in a reactionary manner. The ones that are abandoned, as I'm indicating, we are closing them as far as the resources can assist. All right, let me thank you so much for your time this evening. Appreciate it. That's Makhosonke Buthelezi, the spokesperson of the Department of Minerals and Resources. And as they say, there's resource constraints. Some of these shafts, they cannot even trace some of their owners. So certainly we'll continue then to watch these developments, including what is currently taking place in Stilfontein. It segues into our question tonight. We're asking you what more can be done to prevent illegal mining operations. Let's look at what you were saying. Papi is saying, afternoon all, those unused shafts must be sealed, and mining companies that left them without being closed properly should pay for it. Now, Papi, we just heard that some of the mining companies cannot be traced, and the department saying that it's now taking responsibility for some of these particular shafts as well. So the government should shut down all the illegal mines, and that's it. All right, those are some of your comments. Do keep them coming. And as we are asking you, what do you think should be done in order to deal with this challenge of illegal mining in South Africa?